Alright guys, we are back with another insane update about the Anime Vanguards DMCA situation, and this will absolutely blow your socks off. I mean, if you're sitting down, make sure you stand up and sit back down again, because you are just about to have your entire world blown, mind blown. You're gonna have your perceptions of reality altered after I tell you these insane news, and that is that I will once again regurgitate random bullshit for 8 minutes. And I want you to sit down and get ready, grab something to eat, because we are in for an absolutely wild ride. Because when I talked in my last video about who you might think would want to see this game fail and take down the game and rid themselves of competition, who was the first person that came to mind? Who was the first individual that has the highest stake in this game not succeeding? Who do you think that would be? Well, my friend, let me cut the suspense and tell you the answer to that riddle. It is the Brandon the Boss, Brandon Ha, Brandon, the owner of Anime Last Stand. He goes by many names, but today we are going to be calling him the antagonist of Anime Vanguards, the villain, the man who's pulling the strings and controlling everything. He's like the Gorosei in One Piece. He's all powerful. He's almighty. And we don't get to see, he doesn't have much screen time, but he's pulling the strings. No. Do we think that Brandon the Boss could be the main culprit behind the Anime Vanguard's DMCA situation? Is it possible that the fact that he does not like being number 2 and he wants to go back to having ALS be the #1 anime tower defense game, could that mentality, could that situation have caused him to report Anime Vanguards to the copyright holders of Jujutsu Kaisen, therefore getting the game striked? I know, if you just had your mind blown, I don't blame you. That is an absolutely crazy theory, but it's somewhat plausible, right? I know that Anime Vanguards and Anime Last Stand had a bit of a falling out. You know, they're not really buddy-buddy anymore. Not after the entire fucking... What even happened? Was there beef or drama? Like I said, I'm not that tapped in anymore. I remember I was like a little bit active for it because I joined the stream that the boss was talking, and I was like, "Hey, bro, what's up? You like, are these true? Like, it's like, you might want to be careful. Are these allegations true about Anime Vanguards?" And then I forgot how that conversation went. But do I think that Brandon reported Anime Vanguards? No, not really. I don't think he cares that much. I think he's pretty chill, all things considered. But then I couldn't stretch this video to 8 minutes. So let's entertain the notion that maybe he did try to report the game. Maybe he did try to bring Anime Vanguards down. Why are we entertaining this? Well, because I want to get more minutes into this video, that's why. So let's think about this. Back when Anime Vanguards and Anime Last Stand were both relatively new, and I say new in air quotes because they weren't new at all, but I remember for Valentine's Day, they had a little event where they matched like game icons, and they had best friends with like a half heart and then another half heart. I don't know if y'all remember that, but I definitely remember that. And during that time, there was peace, there was prosperity, there was friendliness among anime tower defense games. Because although there was a subtle rivalry of who could be the best, who could have the most players, that's just part of the human condition. The constant need to be the best, yearning to outdo others and be at the top in terms of performance, is not something that you can point the finger at a specific developer and say that they are the sole cause of this action, because we truly will never know, right? Even though Anime Vanguards and Anime Last Stand were on good terms, that doesn't mean that they were just gonna let the other game succeed. They were at a constant competition. They are in the same niche of Roblox game, so this could obviously mean that, hey, only one can be the top, right? 2 Anime Last Stand, with 2 anime tower defense games come in, but only one can be #1. And for a very long time, Anime Last Stand actually held that title, peaking at what, like 90, 80k concurrent players every single update. Mind you, they were updating weekly. The players were really happy with Anime Last Stand, and this was back when Anime Vanguards was fresh off of the Guilty Gear update. Yeah, that was not good. That was not good at all. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to try to make things sound better than they were. Guilty Gear was a rough time for Anime Vanguards. I'm sure everybody knows this, myself included. It was just a dark era. And I'm sure Anime Vanguards looks back on that time period of the game not very fondly, because definitely didn't make them as much money as it could have. Because let's be honest, a fighting game in an anime tower defense game. I'm not falling asleep. I'm falling. Like, you know, I'm sure Guilty Gear is cool. I'm sure it's well known. I'm not a Guilty Gear guy myself. I never really got into fighting games. I was more so on the FPS, like first-person shooter side of things when I was growing up. So I never really played Guilty Gear that much. To this day, I still have never played it. So when I saw that there was going to be a Guilty Gear update, I'm sure a lot of people kind of just, you know, didn't give it much attention. But I'm getting off topic. What I'm trying to say is, Anime Last Stand and Anime Vanguards were at a constant rivalry. And Brandon knows this. Brandon is well aware of this. And he wants money. Like any Roblox game owner, he wants money. So what will he do? He will report Anime Vanguards to the copyright holders in order to eliminate the competition. That's right. Is it possible that he could have done this? Absolutely. And you know what makes me think even more that this might have been a possibility? Back when they had the beef, when the two games had beef, this would have been the perfect opportunity to report Anime Vanguards for copyright issues. But if they were beefing back then, right, and Brandon got on live to talk about like Anime Vanguards having bad developers or like drama about the developers and this and that. If he really wanted to report the game, why didn't he do it then instead of waiting right now? Why? What type of strategic mastermind play is going on behind the scenes that we are not aware of? Well, the answer to that, if you want me to stop beating around the bush, is he didn't report them. He definitely didn't. And do you know why? Because if he reports Anime Vanguards for being copyright infringement, there goes his entire game, because he is in the same boat as Anime Vanguards. They can't report each other because they're doing the exact same thing. So think about it like this. If every single anime tower defense game that was competing against one another started reporting each other for copywriting their own, like for having copyrighted anime characters and IP infringement, then every single game would turn into anime defenders. Like we would just be playing anime defenders 24/7 every single day, because every single game would be forced to either take down the game or change their models, which is what anime defenders did, obviously. What I'm trying to say is, Brandon obviously didn't report Anime Vanguards. Let's not be crazy. Sure, maybe Anime Last Stand and Anime Vanguards, the owners, are not on the best of terms. Maybe they wouldn't exactly high-five each other if they walked past one another in the hallway. They're not going to report each other. Let's be honest. It would be a very stupid thing to do, and Brandon is a lot smarter than that. Right? He's a lot smarter than to report the competition and then in turn risk himself and his entire empire also getting reported, because what, Anime Rangers X has copyright infringement. Anime Last Stand has copyright infringement. What other games has he bought? Did he buy Anime Final Strike, or am I thinking of another game? What I'm trying to say is the guy buys anime Roblox games, and every single one of those Roblox games also has copyright infringement. So obviously, he's not going to report Anime Vanguards. He doesn't care. And I'm sure he's making plenty of money with the games that he has right now. So that is the end of video number 3 about the insane Anime Vanguard situation. I am going to make 6 or 7 more videos. No, not 6 or 7. I want to stop at 6 videos. So if I have the willpower to make 3 more videos in one sitting, then we will get it done tonight. And if I don't, then I will fail. But I refuse to fail. So stay tuned for the next video. Have a great day or night wherever you are. Stay tuned for more content, and we'll catch you in the next one.